マイクのテストを行います。あ、まだ話してないので。ハロー、YouTube.
Yes. Hello, YouTube. Today we are starting off with a new visual novel. This one being Kakenuke. Forward, Kakenuke Seishun Sparking. Yeah, that's a title and a half. I know nothing about this visual novel outside of the fact that the blue-haired girl has this weird headband that is like meant to emulate cat ears, but like I don't know how she's able to stay it on her, keep it on her head. Maybe the headband, you know, wraps, continues past the ears, right? Something. But either way, this is once again another blind ass playthrough. So I can't really say much. So let's don the new attire, right? I'm a cat now. Who is your favorite based on looks? Obviously the redhead. But either way, let's get into it, shall we? I don't know how good the why did I get an achievement for starting the game? It was before school officially started for the day during morning homeroom. An unfamiliar girl approached the podium. Why did I get an achievement for seeing her CG? Oh, she's a transfer student. Once I pieced that together, I turned my eyes back to the workbook in front of me. Let's see. If I were to assume that the sphere simultaneously passes through these four vertices... Damn, I really need to work on solving these problems more often. I'm on Ritsu's route right now. I think I'm almost finished with it. I thought you finished the game. The student seated immediately to my right, our class president, Kashima Didi. Oh, I'm gonna hate saying her name. Riri. Yeah, sure. Poked me on the shoulder. Sorry, Kashima. Kashima. Yeah. If you need something, ask me later. This problem is pretty tough. I got an achievement for meeting Riri. Who's that? Oh, their name is Kohinata. What a name. Okay, got it. If that's all, then I gave her a thumbs up and a firm nod. This guy. Then I turned my attention back to my workbook. Kashima and I were off in a corner of the class. Of course you are. That's classic anime cliche. Corner of the classroom. So the transfer student kept her self-introduction going, even as we had our little squabble. This time it was my neighbor to the left, my childhood friend Kagudazaka. Okay, yeah, Shinji, who spoke to me. Who cares? She's free to interpret it however she wants. Nice. Solved it. I took a breather and looked at Shinji.
しかしあの女、リア充感半端ないな。
Yeah, she seemed pretty outgoing. Just because she's extroverted doesn't mean she's a normie. What? Man, those big clear eyes were brimming with vitality. Those very blue eyes contrasted by her very red hair. Yeah. Her cute face and nice figure meant she'd likely be popular. Likely the type who relished her youth. My polar opposite. And that's why she's the mascot. Mascot.
ウェイって言ってたりして。
Poster child. Yeah. Go make friends and cheer with her.
無茶言うな。
I bet you could pull it off. Put your best foot forward and change your character class into a more cheery person.
やだよ、俺女怖いし。
I'm scared of women. Me too. Such a waste. He had a handsome face too. Okay.
遠野くん、神楽坂くん、二人ともちゃんと小日向さんの挨拶を。
Yeah, but why? Okay, next problem.
私の話を聞いてください、師匠。
Excuse me? Kachima grabbed and shook me by the shoulders. Don't call me master.
なので、私もこの自由な校風にあやかって、
She's still yapping.
新しい部を立ち上げることにしました。
What is it going to be called?
その名は行動部。通称はアクティブ。
What? Active.
とにかく楽しく前向きに行動して悔いのない青春を送るための部よ。
おいユウ、あの転校生いきなりすごいこと言い出したぞ。
すごく積極的ですね。
It's great that she's bursting with energy. I replied while solving previous exam questions.
お前は小学校の担任か。
遠野くん、達観しすぎです。
Too philosophical? It had nothing to do with me though. Sudden arrival of the beautiful transfer student would change absolutely nothing in my life. Except that it will change absolutely everything in your life because you're an arrogant protagonist. I wasn't going to fall in love or anything. I didn't have time to get wrapped up in all that youth nonsense.
もちろん、部長はこの私が責任を持ってやるわ。そして、副部長は私の忠実なしもべであり、右腕となる。
Please don't say my name. Don't say it. Please.
彼よ。
Fuck. Russell. The mood in the classroom shifted in an instant. My mechanical pencil continued running across the page.
遠野くん。
ユウ、お前。
What's going on? Curious, I raised my head. Hey, what's gotten into all of you? The reason quickly became clear. The transfer student standing at the podium, Kohinata. Oh, I'm gonna mispronounce her name a lot, aren't I? Kohinata Hibiki had raised her right pointer finger straight at B. God damn it! If I had a nickel for every time a girl named Hibiki had red hair and blue eyes, I'd have 2 nickels. She was pointing at me.
そう、あんたよ。
No. I shook my head side to side. Why me? Don't you have me mistaken for someone else? I don't think there's anyone behind you.
人違いなんてするわけないじゃない。私があんただって言ってるんだから、間違いないわ。
But why? This transfer student refused to listen to a single word out of my mouth. Is it because he was the only one not paying attention to your speech? Far from it, in fact.
私と一緒にこれから超頑張るのよ。
Somewhere in this girl's mind, she had decided she was going to work me ragged. Hold on a second. Could we take a second and talk about this?
何を話し合うっていうのよ。
What if I were to say no? And how about the risks involved?
却下よ。
Risks? You're horrible. Was there no limit to her arrogance? At least explain why. Kohinata.
はあ、小日向さん？ちょっと、どうしてそんなに他人行儀なのよ。信じらんない。
That's my line. Kohinata, we are strangers.
他人じゃないわよ。
We are complete and total strangers. And then she's like, no, we're not strangers anymore. Didn't we just meet a second ago?
いいえ、私たちはとっくに他人じゃないわ。
Yeah, okay. How do you figure? Also, stop making comments that are begging to be misunderstood.
あんた、マジで私がわかんないの？
The transfer student's eyes narrowed and her lips tightened into a scowl.
後で話があるから、校舎裏まで来てよね。
Okay, what's going on? Why? How did I get wrapped up in this mess with the brand new transfer student? Brutal.
いいから、絶対来るのよ。当の言う。響ちゃんは待ってるからね。
Nah. How did she know my name? And Hibiki? I'm not saying the chant, even if it's part of the name. God damn it.
こら、何してんの？さっさと行くわよ。いいよ。あんたは私のためにすっごく頑張るのよ。
Even when they were kids. It can't be. You're... Yeah, okay.
まさか、ユウが私のこと忘れちゃってたなんてね。
Sorry. This is my bad. For real. Break time. I put my hands together and apologized to my sour-looking childhood friend standing in front of me. As an aside, we met up in the schoolyard instead, and she let me off the hook.
あんなに一緒に遊んだ女の子、普通忘れる？
Excuse me? But you... I bit my tongue before I finished my thought. To be blunt, she's changed a ton. I never imagined she'd turned out to be so beautiful.
だって何よ。
We've grown up a lot, and we don't exactly look the same as we used to.
私は一目でユウのこと分かったのに？
Well, that's because he's the main protagonist. He doesn't really change much, you know? Are you suggesting I haven't grown up?
成長はしてるわよ。背も私より高いし、顔つきもキリッとしてる。思ってたよりずっとかっこよくなってたわ。
As Hibiki spoke, she reached her hand out to me.
って届かないじゃないの。
Huh?
ゆう、ちょっとかがんで。
Why?
いいからかがんで。
Whoa. She grabbed both my hands and tugged me downward.
そうそう、これくらいよ。
She gave my head a couple of pats. That was one of her quirks. Well, thank you. I was a little embarrassed, but better to just leave well enough alone. Yeah. She would probably complain if I stood upright anyway.
だけど、やっぱりゆうはゆうよね。醸し出すオーラの色がいかにもゆうなのよ。
Excuse me? The color of your attribute. Well, I mean... What's the color of my aura exactly? This conversation suddenly took a spiritual turn.
土系色？
Oh, he's got the poo brown color. Earthly?
なんか地味なのよね、ゆうって。花がないっていうか。
Oh, so like a self-insert. Yeah. You're horrible. We only just reunited after who knows how long. Why was she being so mean?
あんたって昔から全然活動的じゃなかったでしょ？
Yeah. Maybe a little long, not a long time ago, but still.
でも安心して。私はゆうのそういうとこ結構好きだから。
Glad to hear it. Hearing her say she liked any part of me was going to make me blush. Anyway, that's how little you think of me. Talk about brutal.
私は逆に活動的すぎるから、似た者同士だと反発し合っちゃう。だからゆうのその感じ、私は嫌いじゃないわ。
This part of her really hadn't changed. Hibiki had grown up to be a gorgeous young woman, with femininity oozing from every pore. I had grown tall to the point that I had to lean over like I was now, or else Hibiki's hand wouldn't reach my head. Many years had passed since we last saw each other.
そんなことより、あんた、またその口癖。
She gave my cheek a quick pinch. Ow.
そのつれーって口癖、まだ言ってるの？
You're one to talk. You're one to talk when you haven't fixed that violent side of yours either.
私の愛情表現よ。
Yeah, but you're not a tsun... Are you a tsundere? Never mind. Your affection hurts. I preferred some softer love.
本当に仲のいい子にしかしないもん。
Sure you don't have that mixed up with convenient? Do you have any idea how much you victimized me in the old days?
なにそれ、言いがかりよ。私、子供の頃から優しい女の子だもん。思い出してみなさいよ。私との楽しい思い出を。
Fun memories with you indeed. At her request, I took a moment to think back.
ヒュー、今日はスケボーで遊ぼう。
Hibiki, you could skate? You could skate. Awesome.
じゃあ、この坂道のてっぺんから一緒に滑走よ。
Huh? Isn't it dangerous for two people to ride one board? Also, this is a walkway.
いいからいいから、きっとすっごい楽しいわよ。
What? Don't drag me.
レッツラッゴー。
This is torment. I'm scared. Eek!
楽しい。
It's not fun. It's brutal.
行くわよ。360キックフリップ。
Excuse me? Eek.
こらこのガキども道路を暴走するな。
ごめんなさ
We're sorry. I'm surprised it didn't end off with them crashing the skateboard. Hibiki looked spellbound. It is nostalgic, but far from beautiful. I felt downcast at least. Don't tell me my aura turned earthly because of her. I remember getting chewed out hard after that. My words had clearly fallen on deaf ears. Nearly got hurt because of it. And nearly drowned. Every experience had been traumatic. Majorly brutal. Because you're too positive. I wish she would tone down her enthusiasm, if only a little. Hibiki reached her hand out to me again. This time directly. As if to say, let's shake on it. I gazed at her hand for a few moments. Sorry, Hibiki. I've made up my mind to not join any club. I didn't take her hand. The thing is, all happened in my family after you and I parted ways. I'll be blunt. We're poor. It wasn't a topic I wanted to discuss. I tried to keep things as vague as possible. My sister Ritsu and I, here on scholarship, were exempt from all tuition fees and receive financial assistance. Unfortunately, it's still not enough, and I cover the rest with my part-time job at a restaurant. An irrevocable condition of my scholarship is to rank among the top 10 students in my year. I've got no choice, as I do nothing but study and go to work. Not like me at all, is it? Her expression turned gloomy. Finally! Finally, a high school main character that's smart and actually studies. But it's because he's forced to. Fuck! Huh? Why are you apologizing? You and your family moved away, so there's no way you could have known. I've been keeping up with my classes, and I've got some spare cash from work. Don't worry about it too much, okay? I felt an aching sting deep down in my chest. In that moment, I didn't understand what that ache meant. Yeah, more or less. Huh? Say what now? I can't believe my ears. Were you even listening to me? How did you hear me right? Hey, did you hear me right? I definitely told her we were poor. What part of that could you possibly twist to make it sound even remotely enviable? I didn't have a clue what she was thinking. What? They share similar letters, I guess. No! How does this work? How does this line of thinking work in Japanese? What? What are you trying to get at?
わかんない子ね。
Hibiki shook her head incredulously.
つまり、十分辛い目にあった人は、幸せになれるってことなのよ。
What? What kind of backward logic was that?
つまり、ユウは今、つれえじゃなくて、幸せの途中をハッピーロードを突き進んでいる真っ最中なのよ。羨ましいぞ、この子の。
She jabbed me with her elbow. That way of thinking doesn't make any sense. There were limits to how positive you can be. But that insane logic, she's basically saying that poor people prosper. Being poor was brutal enough without putting a positive spin on it.
あんたは辛いんじゃなくて、幸せの途中。これからはつれえじゃなくて、幸せって言えばいいのよ。
No way. Am I some kind of masochist? This is brutal.
だから、その口癖はやめなさいってば。こんな幼馴染修正してやるわ。
Ow. Hey, Hibiki, cut it out. She popped me with a few hollow punches to the back. However, that weren't nearly as harsh as the ones I received from her as a kid. A lot of time had passed since then, after all.
わかった。
Plagued by such thoughts, her punches soon stopped.
ユウ、あんたもしかして、いっぱい
What?
つれっていうことで、たくさんの幸せを手にしようって魂胆ね。
Excuse me? Isn't your interpretation a little too broad? If what Hibiki said were true, then this would just be a single waypoint to the path of prosperity and happiness. That chance encounter wasn't romantic in the slightest.
わかったわ。この私、響ちゃんに任せて。
Huh?
ユウのこと、私が幸せにしてあげるわ。
I just reunited with my outwardly adorable and transcendently positive childhood friend.
さあ、これから最高に楽しい毎日がやってくるわよ。楽しみね、ユウ。
Her smile sparkled without a shred of malice. With that, let me sum this up in a couple of brief words. This was brutal as hell.
遠野くんに小日向さん。よかった。予鈴が鳴ってもいないから心配してたんですよ。
As I stepped into the room, Kashima's reassuring expression came into my view. You made Kashima worry. Oh, because of your relentless bullying, Hibiki.
ちょっと、人聞き悪いこと言わないでくれる？ユウが変な口癖やめないからでしょ？響、ユウ？
I surprised Kashima stared at us incredulously. Stop saying that word.
短い間に随分親しくなったんですね。
ユウ、お前、もしかしてリア充に、陽キャに、はあ、俺の心の友が新参女子に寝取られた。
Never! No! Don't say that! Never! Tiji held his head in his hands and vented his grief. Knock it off, would you? People will get the wrong idea about us. Yeah! Especially with fucking... when you say NTR. This was a BL-free zone.
誰が新参女子なのよ。
お前のことだ。
私は10年前からユウと親友なのよ。 むしろ新参者はあんたの方よ。名もなき男子生徒。
神楽坂真司だ。名前はちゃんとある。うん、お前だってちっとも怖くないんだからな。
At least Shinji isn't the main protagonist.
神楽坂くん、机の下に隠れながら言っても説得力が。
You need to get over your distrust of women and fast. He was such a handsome guy too. You are not beating the BL allegations with those kinds of comments. It was a legit waste.
それより遠野くん、小日向さんとはどんなご関係なんですか？
A loving relationship. You wanna know, Kashima?
気になります。
I want to see where Shinji is the protagonist of a VN. Nope. She said that with a serious look in her eyes. Well, it's like Hibiki said. Put it simply, Hibiki's the kind of girl you can't shake off, and she's nothing more than a childhood friend with a wild side.
誰が粗暴な幼馴染よ、誰が。
Yeah, what are you talking about? She's always got she doesn't have a wild side, she's just wild. Ow, ow, ow. She nailed me with a chicken wing face lock, otherwise known as a grapple hold from behind. Wait, her chest was pressed straight up against me.
離れてください、小日向さん。ちょっと、何するのよ。
Kashima intervened and peeled Hibiki off of me. Phew, I was saved.
小日向さんが遠野くんとどういう関係か知りませんが、いくらなんでもやりすぎです。
Yeah, that's right.
今さら何言ってるのよ。私とユウの仲じゃん。
Could you not latch onto me in public? Also, would it kill you to be a little more modest and well-mannered?
はい、私もそう思います。小日向さんは遠野くんにベタベタしすぎです。でも私とユウはずっとこうだったし。別に良くない？私は平気。ユウも平気だし。
But She drowned out my complaint without a second thought. This damn self-centered childhood friend.
でも、教室での風紀の乱れは委員長として看過できません。
Yeah, what happened to the bell rang?
さあ、離れて離れて。
Hibiki finally yet reluctantly let go of Kashima's prompting. Let go at Kashima's prompting.
あなた、鹿島さんだっけ？ええ、鹿島リリです。よろしくお願いします。小日向響さん。よろしくね。そうじゃなくて、あなたもユウを狙ってるんでしょ。
Yes. Huh? What on earth was she talking about?
はい。私、遠野くん狙ってます。
Not a shred of hesitation. Huh? And now what were you saying, President?
遠野くん、ぜひ我がボランティア部に入ってください。
That was how she meant it. It made sense now. Yeah, definitely how she meant it. Kashima was club president of the volunteer collective, more commonly known as the Negative? What are these names? She randomly extended me an invite to join.
遠野くん、うちはネガティブなんて名前じゃありません。
Were you reading my mind just now or something?
遠野くんに影響されて最近読心術を学んでいますから。
そうだぞユウ、俺たちの部はそんな変な名前じゃない。
Negative. Whoa. The handsome guy subbing under the desk crawled out and clung to me.
もしかしてこっちもライバルなの？
そうだ !You は渡さないからな
You are not beating the BL allegations, you. You've got it all wrong.
そんなこと言うなよ
Too close. Let go. You're breathing on me. I clutched both of Shinji's shoulders and pushed him back.
なんだよいいだろ別に
It sure is.
俺はちゃんと毎食後歯磨きしてるしミントの香りするだろ
The smell isn't the issue.
じゃあ何がダメなんだよ
I wish he would realize the fundamental problem. Guys don't cling to each other. Yeah, it's gay if two guys do it, but it's fine if two girls do it, alright? He doesn't understand that. Come on, just give me some space.
そうすれば変な名前の部活じゃないって分かってくれるのか
Yeah, I get it already.
いやちゃんとこうして向かい合って話せばちゃんと伝わるんだな
Don't speak like that. I keep telling you, don't get so close to my face.
おっと悪いああそうだもう一つユウに言いたいことがあるんだった
What? There's more?
俺お前に相談があるんだよだから放課後部室に来てくれ
Did some new strange girl confess to you again?
なあお前独身術か
ユウすごい。さすが私のお師匠様ですね。
Riri! 99% of this guy's problems is centered around girls. Yes. Kagurazaka Shinji was handsome enough of a guy to overshadow the average idol. Additionally, he didn't have a mean bone in his body. This man had a perfectly kind personality, even toward children and the elderly. He was such an excellent specimen that it was only natural that a stampede of girls would approach him, except for the fact that he is scared of women. But
どうして学園の女子たちは毎日俺をからかうんだ
Shinji's shoulders dropped dejectedly. He had severe distrust of women. I don't think they're making fun of you.
からかってるに決まってるだろ俺は言うほど成績良くねえし何も取り柄がない
You listed off one thing that you is better than you at. Fuck. He listed off one thing and said he has no redeeming qualities.
こんな俺なんかがモテるわけがないんだ
I'm so sick of hearing you say that about yourself. I thought it was a joke the first time he said it. You should start by taking a look in the mirror.
見てるぞ身だしなみをきちんとしないとますます人に嫌われるし
Nobody hates you when you're clearly the opposite. When it's clearly the opposite. You got love letters from girls every day from crying out loud.
あの子たちは俺を陥れようとしてるんだよ陰謀なんだよ
Why is he so distrustful of women? What? Did his ex cheat on him or something? What? Oh, really? Sounds rough.
そうなんだよ俺のことを分かってくれるのはお前だけだ
All I knew was that Shinji was an emotional wreck.
神楽坂くんのネガティブ思考は全然治りそうにありませんね。そのせいでうちの部はネガティブと揶揄されているのですが。
Yeah, that's where the weird name came from.
え俺のせいだったのすまん鹿島部長すまん
A steady flow of tears spewed from Shinji's eyes. Finding a lame enough guy who could weep openly like this was rare. Kashima, get some male club members to join. You should chill out if there are members of the same sex around.
はい。だから遠野くんを勧誘してるんです。
I mean, if I want to cry, I'd see where I am, right? I've said this before, but I'm busy with work and my studies.
もちろん、空いた時間だけで構いません。親友の神楽坂くんを助けると思って。ああ、神楽なんとかを出しに YOU を勧誘するなんてずるい。
Hibiki, please remember people's names properly.
YOU は、ゆうべアクティブに入るって言ったもん。
I did not. We only just talked about a little while ago.
言ったってば。私の夢の中で。
You could only be so pushy. I wish you would share some of that confidence with Shinji.
では、放課後待ってますから。我がボランティア部で有意義な青春をぜひ。何言ってるのよ。有意義な青春はアクティブでこそ送れるんだから。ユウ、私と部活で青春しようよ。
Could we talk about this later? Class is about to start. I left it at that and took my seat. It's not like I could join either club right now anyway. It was clear that neither Hibiki nor Kashima understood. This whole youth topic, that is. In truth, youth was. After school, I gave Hibiki and Kashima the slip and stuck out of the academy. I doubted that they would chase me down this far out, even if they noticed I was missing. Nah, Hibiki sounds like someone who would.
すみません。アンケートお願いします。
What was this woman soliciting exactly? Curious or not, I didn't want to waste my time and get to work late. I'm not religious.
宗教の勧誘じゃありません。
Sorry, but I'm in a hurry.
簡単なアンケートなんです。すぐに終わりますから。
She was hounding me like a dog.
もう2時間もやってるのに、誰も相手にしてくれないんですよ。交渉ですから、さらさらっと答えてくれれば。
She was nearly in tears. What choice do I have? Fine, make it fast, okay?
やった！ 1問だけですから。
Huh? Just one? I took a look at the sheet she handed me. Question. What does youth mean to you? What the fuck?
どうしてあからさまに辛そうな顔になるんですか？
Because it's such an open-ended question. What do you mean? Yeah, it's just one question, but it's like the most philosophical question you could ask. Why was everyone so obsessed with the topic of youth? Brutal.
お若いのに青春アレルギーですか？
What sort of constitution would give you that allergy?
あなたの思ったことをそのまま書いてくれれば。
Sure, but please don't expect any feel-good answers. I took the pen she offered and wrote down a single word. I considered youth. Don't you dare say brutal. Here you are. I returned the form to the woman. She read over my answer and said,
ありがとうございました。
I shrugged her off and ran off. I couldn't afford to be late for work. What is that? Is that a fucking cat on the left? What? Thank you for your patience. Here is your Kazumi Bay seafood paella. And for the young lady, here's your kids meal. It was yet another day of hard work. Scholarship student or not, working was part of my daily routine. I'm assuming he wrote down brutal, right? Yes. When a guy like me, whose favorite catchphrase was brutal, would slap on a happy-go-lucky smile when interacting with customers.
どっちも美味しそうね、ひなちゃん。
ねえねえ、ひなちゃんもそれ欲しい。
そう？すみません。
Yes, ma'am. I have them right here. I brought individual plates to the table before she could ask.
まあ、なんて気が利いた店員さんなの？
お兄ちゃんかっこいい。
Please take your time and enjoy your food. After giving them a bright smile, I bowed and quietly stepped away. There was no hesitation in my movements whatsoever. I was a veteran waiter with no blind spots.
遠野くん、相変わらず素晴らしい接客だね。
What the fuck is he wearing? When I stepped into the back, the manager greeted me with applause. Thank you very much. You know what? Maybe I should have used that as the attire. The fucking pirate hat with the horns. Well, it would be great if your accolades were reflected in my pay.
その時給にこだわりすぎるところさえなければ最高なんだけど。
I think it's impossible for him to not be fixated on his wages considering that he has no money. And he needs money to live. I'm sorry, I have a lot of expenses to worry about this month.
遠野くんの事情は分かってるけどね。
No, you aren't.
遠野くんは先月あげたばっかだし。
Life is brutal. I sat in a corner of the room and hugged my knees.
落ち込みすぎじゃない？さっきまでの英国紳士的な笑顔はどこに？
I've always been the asocial type. And wait, I know aren't around half of the smiles on this world in this world forced. Even idols only smile during handshake events, right? What is that face? I started to sulk and was on the verge of falling to the dark side. But they only smile at people who buy their CDs.
そんなことないよ。あの子たちは夢に向かって日々笑顔で頑張って。
But in the end, none of them will marry their fans, right? What happened to you? What did you did you fall in love with an idol and get rejected? What?
そんなことはない。
Why are you acting like you're speaking from experience?
少なくとも僕の推しのニコちゃんだけは違う。
Even Nico smokes in her green room. Handshake offenses are obnoxious. But even if I say that, I'm sure your managers complain to them. I'm sure their managers complain to them. I shared the ugly truths of this world with the manager. I didn't actually know if that was true though.
僕の推しを悪く言うことは許さない。
Don't worry, manager. There's still a chance. There's always there's always that chance that the idol will actually fall in love with one of her fans. It's happened before.
はいはいはいはい。
The manager started to cheer like he was at a concert or whatever for whatever reason.
僕の思いはプライスレス。
He always has his glow sticks. He always carries his glow sticks, huh?
はいはいはいはい。
I felt both respect and grief for the manager at the outpouring of love he felt toward his favorite idol. This guy was brutal to deal with.
あ、そうだ、遠野くん。
What is it? The manager sure changed gears quickly.
明日から2週間松本くんが休養で休みなんだよね。
Oh god, that doesn't sound good. For real? It was going to be rough having such spotty coverage during our late night shift.
悪いけど、明日からは夜の方に回れる日はお願いできない？
Oh god. Night shift, huh? Wait, no, that's good. That means that's a packed schedule. This is the excuse he could make for him to actually join a club. But you know, where would the study time fit? I was worried whether or not I'd have enough hours left in the day to study. See?
もちろんバイト代は深夜手当にさらに上乗せさせてもらうよ。
I'll stick with you as long as I live, manager. Okay, I was like, which sentence is he saying? I rubbed my hands together in a subservient manner. What? If changing my schedule meant a pay bump, then that was a whole different story. One of the hate scenes are in this office. Excuse me?
遠野くんって現金だよね。
Don't spoil that one of the characters is going to work here.
遠野チーフ。
One of the love interests. A fellow part-timer poked her head in with a timid look on her face. Yes? I'm on break right now.
私もそうお伝えしたんですけど、お客様のご指名なんです。
God damn it. We don't have a system like that at this shop, do we? What are we, a host club? What were we, a host club?
遠野くん、言ってあげて。
Wait. they're going to be a pain to deal with.
そういうお客さんだからこそベテランの遠野くんでね。
He put his hands together and begged me. Not like he gave me much choice. Fine, I'll take care of it and send them off as fast as possible. I cracked my knuckles.
遠野チーフ、顔怖いです。スマイルでお願いします。
Not to worry. Once I'm out on the floor, a smile naturally comes to my face. There's money to be made out here, you know? I smiled like some new age deity. I quickly fixed my hair and went out onto the floor. In doing so, I slapped on the finest, fakest smile I could muster.
すごい。あれが接客のプロなんですね。私も見習わないと。
Probably not. Probably shouldn't.
ああ、いいところだけ見習ってね。
Yeah. Sorry to have kept you waiting. I'm Tono.
どうして部室に来てくれなかったんだよ。
Well. Oh, it's you. Exhausting. It was enough to make my customer service smile retract.
今日はお前が部活に来るって言うから楽しみにしてたのに。今日も女子ばっかで怖かったんだぞ。
That sounds like a dream come true. I know what you're... Never mind. Nah, I'm not going. I have work too.
それでも言うなら俺のために来てくれると信じてたんだ。
There was no chance I was going to miss work for that. Especially since I needed to work for a living. Why are you in the negative volunteer collective? Why are you in the volunteer collective at all?
俺は社会に貢献したいんだ。
I think working is contributing to society. Well, wasn't he diligent? This guy, seriously. He was a good guy, but sometimes he could be a royal pain in the ass. Says you? What? I guess you'll just have to brace yourself and give it your all. Give it all you've got.
でも女子は怖い。すぐ俺を騙そうとするから。
I don't think Kashima's that kind of person.
ああ、部長のことは俺も信頼してる。問題は部活してる時に寄ってくる他の女子だ。
Did they do something to you?
今日もゴミ拾いしてたら偽のラブレターを3通ももらった。
Yeah, phony. I'm telling you, those are definitely real.
言う、お前まで騙されるな。俺なんかを好きになる女子なんているわけないだろ。
Like I said, I'm glad that he's not the main character. Or so the handsome guy shouted at the top of his lungs. Russell, Russell. In doing so, several male patrons shot him a dirty look. Quit wrecking the mood in the restaurant. Well, this should only be given when you talk to people first, right? I'm so confused. What? This wasn't some demonic luxury liner.
俺何か変なこと言ったか
I said it sounds sarcastic when a hot person claims to be unpopular. Anyway, try to be more confident in yourself. Try to have more confidence in yourself. Everything will go more smoothly for you if you do.
無理だそれだけは自信を持って言える
I know you. Maybe you should take some advice to heart. Take some of that advice to heart too. Try to be more positive. Everything will work out better for you if you do. If you are. That's not something you should be confident in. I tried like hell to pry Shinji off me as he clung to my waist.
ボランティア部に入ってくれよ
I told you, I have to work and study. I've told you that over and over again, every single day.
分かった金なら出そう
Oh?
俺がお前を買おう
Huh? This is some BL shit! Get fuck off! Wait. Russell.
あのイケメンが男の子買うって
He's never gonna beat the BL allegations.
あっちの子もなかなかイケてるしありよりのありね
Some of the more seemingly degenerate female customers who are getting the wrong idea about our relationship. Don't try to buy friendship with money.
友情じゃない
Huh?
それを超えた愛情だ
That's even worse. What the hell? Get your face away from my crotch. Come on, back off.
逃げちゃダメだ逃げちゃダメだ
Aren't you clearly the one who's running away? I pushed my stubborn friend's face away for dear life.
俺と部活で青春してくれ
I don't want to hear you going on about youth too. Shinji and I got into an altercation out on the house floor. I got an earful from the manager after all that was said and done. Brutal. I had no idea whether or not this particular event would lead me down a road of to happiness. I'm sure it'll work out. You know, if you be more positive.